What's up, guys? My name is Ace, and I'd like to welcome you back to Rotsnation. And in today's video, I want to bring y'all something, maybe a little late, but it took a little while for me to sample every bit that I wanted to sample, and that would be the Crucible. And the Crucible update Bungie just came out with. And I know what you're thinking. Good Lord, Ace. This came out a week and a half, almost 2 weeks ago. You should have been on this board like way earlier. And I get that. But again, like I said, I wanted to give you my opinion of every 6v6 class, control, rift, and every 3v3, and that means skirmish, that means control, that means trials. And I want to bring to y'all what I found. And from what I can tell, primaries are up. I've seen a lot of primaries, and when I mean a lot, I'm not just seeing hand cannons. I'm seeing auto rifles, a lot of pulse rifles, even scout rifles. Kind of crazy. Hand cannon wise, I've seen palindromes, Essalunas. In this video, you'll see the Ace of Spades. So, any of those kind of hand cannons are good. I try to stick away from the higher impact, low rate of fire ones like First Curse or the Lingering Song type. They're still good, but they're still 3 taps, just like the Essaluna, Ace of Spades, and palindrome. So, stick with that kind of class, and you should be fine. Pace your shots, be perfect. Pulse rifles, they're still about pulse rifles, man. Really good at mid-range. They'll lose to anything up close, unless you're really, really hitting your headshots. And then distance-wise, they're still one of the best distant weapons, but they'll still lose to scout rifles. Actually, what's crazy is auto rifles are kind of back. Suros, Extremophile, Hatagon's Hadget, they've actually made a resurgence, which is really nice. Suros hasn't been relevant in the meta since early year 1, right before I started playing Destiny. So, scout rifle wise, they're scout rifles. Meta, Cryptid Dragon, Distant Star, all kind of higher rate of fire pulse rifles, which are about 4 taps. They're not bad. Really good. At distance, they're usually paired with sidearms, so the sidearm can take care of the short range stuff, which the scout rifle is not really great at, unless you're talking about Mida. Mida is literally Mida. Mida is good at everything. So, and that kind of brings me to my next point: is special weapons. We all know the special weapon changes. You lose your ammo when you die, and I think that's a great thing because I get more primary battles. I've actually been able to win a couple more battles because I'm not having a shotgun shoved down my throat. I know it's really annoying, especially for the shotgun users. I'm a sniper, so all I have to do is load a clip. I know shotguns have been on the decline because you literally have to load every single shot, and it takes the time, so you're sitting there just waiting for your character to load every shot, and it's really annoying. But, the really true shotgun gunners out there aren't going to miss a beat. The snipers, probably get a little bit more of a leeway now because, you don't have to worry about somebody running straight at you. Now you kind of have people at a distance. So, fusion rifles, again, are good. I've seen a lot of Salinus Vigils, 77 Wizards, the ones that have range on them. I've seen an increase of. And then we're going to get to now the point of sidearms. Sidearms, and I want to preface this, are not OP. Sidearms have not changed probably since the beginning of Rise of Iron. They've been the same. They've been really decent, really good in the right hands. They can beat hand cannons. They can beat pulse rifles. They can beat scout rifles at certain ranges. But you have to really, really try. I know a lot of people use them, in vertical space. So, again, they're not OP. They're maybe overused. Trust me. I'll be later in the video when I talk about how they're overused. But, again, it's just a special weapon that a lot of people are flocking to because you don't lose your ammo. And they are really good, especially the Trespasser. Wormwood, I'd stick with those two. They're one of the future War Cult cells. So, but any sidearm will do. You just got to get the right roll on it. I've seen a lot of rolls with Icarus because, again, a lot of people like to use them while they're jumping. So, heavy weapons are about the same. I've seen a lot of heavy machine guns to try to preserve that ammo as much as possible, especially since you don't have special weapons to, really snipe them out of it or shotgun them out of it. So, super wise, not much has changed. I know Blade Dancers, just go ahead and talk about those guys. It hurts. Their health regen really does, hurt them, especially if you're talking about a 1v1 because you don't get your full health back. You just get a chunk of it. And, somebody can come along and just clean you up. I will say if you're fighting a group of people, if you start getting 1, 2, 3, 4 kills in a row, you won't see a difference. But in 3v3 playlists, it's a little bit harder. You got to be more tactical with them. Use it more as a movement super than more of a slaying super. So I still don't think they're bad, but I have seen a decline of them, especially with the skip grenades getting a little bit of a nerf, especially with Shinobu's vows getting a little bit of a nerf, tracking nerf. So I have seen an increase for hunters, at least in bows and golden guns, which is really good. In this video, you'll see a lot of spike grenades, and spike grenades is probably one of the better grenades that you use as a hunter. Really great in any situation. As long as you have a wall to throw it on, it can kill somebody really quickly. If they're 3/4 health, it will take them down in an instant. Titan wise, I see a lot of strikers as per usual. I see a lot of hammers. I seem to have an increase because you're not as scared of getting sniped out of it. And Sun Charge is really good. It's almost unstoppable. And it's really hard to avoid. Warlock wise, I see a lot of Sunsingers and Voidwalkers. I have seen, the Stormcallers fall in the line with those guys, and I see an even amount of all of them. So it just depends on how you play. I will say I have seen a slight increase in Sunsingers just because of the sticky grenades. A lot of people love those sticky grenades. The ability just to turn around the corner, chunk it, and walk away is very, very valuable, especially in a Crucible that a lot of engagements start with a grenade. And it is a little annoying, but nothing too bad. I mean, you can get out of a grenade and, still win an engagement. You got to try a little bit harder, but you can still get away from it. So, again, let me break it down to you 6v6 first. If you want to use something, go ahead and use it. If you want to have fun, go to 6v6. It's probably one of the better playlists for just having fun with that random weapon you got, the vendor sucky roll that you decided to grind for, and we got it now. Woo! Go ahead using 6v6. I mean, I've been getting killed by stuff I've never heard before, dude, and I couldn't even tell you it now. And I get killed by it, I'm like, what the heck did I get killed by? And I look at it, I'm like, who has that weapon? I actually have the Vanity from year 2. It's just a little small Nerf gun, and it's so much fun to use. So, now to get back to the other side of it, the 3v3. The 3v3, it's not bad. It's just 3v3 wise, and when you're talking about skirmish and trials, you're going to see what gives you the best advantage. It gives you the best way to kill somebody, and that's a lot of sidearms, a lot of hand cannons. Seen scout rifles being increased a lot, and no lands. And you're like, that's really annoying. Well, that's 3v3 for you. You always see the same things in 3v3 a lot because it gives you the best ability to slay, and there's nothing wrong with that. It is annoying, frustrates you a little bit, maybe break a controller. But it's 3v3 for you, so you shouldn't expect much from 3v3. Just be prepared to sweat a little bit. 1v1s, Rumble, it's not different. You're going to get a lot of lobbies that run sidearms and hand cannons only. I will say you'll probably see a little diversity in the primary wise. Secondary wise, you're going to see a lot of sidearms. So again, take a sidearm with you. Trespasser is always a good one to go with if you're not running an exotic as your primary slot. So, that's my overall thoughts on the meta, guys. I do want to touch on one more subject, and don't think I'm trying to call out anybody complaining, but the simple fact of no land being OP is absolutely ridiculous. I've been here since year 1 when it was almost a non-option, especially for those guys who were godly. I have seen an increase of them through the years, but I still don't think it's an OP weapon. I mean, yeah, you can shoot somebody out of flinch. I can do that with a regular sniper rifle. It's just a little bit easier to do because of the iron sights. I have found. That's just my experience. But I don't see everybody in 6v6 or 3v3s running around with one. I mean, I see one probably every 2 games, maybe 3 games. But they're still a really good weapon. It's a really solid weapon, and I don't think it should be touched. If they touch it, it's going to basically ruin it, and no one's ever going to use it again. And then people are going to complain, well, why can't I use no land anymore? So just leave it alone. There's ways to combat no land. Get up, get into their face, get close, make sure you're flinching, moving, being mobile. You can beat a no-lander. So just kind of quit it with that, guys. And I know the other thing is, Bungie's catching a lot of slack for special ammo. I can't use my special, so there's no point in playing this game. There's no point in me having a secondary weapon. And my only thought to that is, get off the secondary bandwagon, use a primary. And I get it, scrubs kind of also relied on secondaries. Shotguns were a really great way to kill people, but as long as you can really acquire your target pretty well with any kind of primary, you'll still have fun. And instead of complaining, work on trying to live longer. Work on trying to stay alive for 30-40 seconds when special spawns, then use your special. And I know that kind of contradicted to this channel, but this is a time for scrubs to get really good, because now you don't have people who are really good pros at shotgunning running around killing you and getting 40-something kills. But you also don't have those snipers camping in the back of the map. So, in 6v6s, again, I don't see many problems with the camping, but I know 3v3s have a lot of problems, especially with scories. But I'm not going to touch on that. That's a whole subject for another day, guys. So, again, this is actually a really good meta. Try it out. Have fun. Enjoy it. Use that random weapon that you've grinded your butt off for that has the crappiest roll ever. So, but I appreciate y'all guys. If you like the video, give it a like. If you don't like it, give it a dislike. Tell me why in the comments. I like to hear from y'all. Y'all are, the reason I'm doing videos. I know it's only my second video, but I'm trying. So, again, appreciate y'all watching. So, and remember, guys, never stop scrubbing, and have a great day, guys.